I got two more things here before we wrap up really quickly. Shane Bieber is maybe on the trade block. Cincinnati and Chicago, the Cubs might be in on it. I'm frustrated because I wanted to take this season to try and build up back up his stock after he missed a lot of time last year, wasn't as effective. But if he's not as effective this year too, then you're going to get even less stock than you would at this point in the offseason. I'm not even upset that it's the fourth Cy Young Award winner that we've given up in the last 15 years potentially, but I don't know. I think I would rather hold on to him, let him build himself back up, try to compete with this Cleveland team, and if he gets traded, he gets traded. But if you're trading him now, you're essentially punting your best overall pitcher, starting pitcher, and making Tristan McKenzie the number one, unless you can trade for somebody. I don't know.
I think that if they trade Shane Bieber, I'm only going to be okay with it if we get an everyday major league player back in return. Major league player being like can contribute this upcoming season,
especially for like maybe like an offensive bat, like a power bat.
Exactly. If they can't, I'm with you. You hold on to him, because what was the biggest issue with the team last year? Health of the rotation. Now look, you have Tanner Bybee. He's certainly blossomed into something special. Tristan McKenzie's going to be coming back.
Gavin Williams is going to come back.
Gavin Williams, Logan Allen's coming back. I mean, you have that's a great top four right there. Bieber coming back, trying to raise his stock again. If you're in a spot to where you're kind of hanging around like we were this year at the trade deadline,
yeah,
maybe you trade Bieber if everybody else is healthy. You get somebody in return that you could use to make a push. Right. I don't know. I don't want to see. I don't want to see something come across my phone that says the Guardians trade Shane Bieber for X-rated prospect, because that doesn't help us now.
Well, that's what I'd be okay with if it's in this next trade deadline, is that if you get this bigger package of players, let's say a team is desperate to make a playoff run and they want it and they need pitching. I think they'd be more willing to give up better prospects than they would at this point in the offseason.
Yeah, no, that part in season's fine. I'm saying right now in the offseason, I don't want to see anything saying for prospect drafted in 21. It's like, well, that guy's probably not going to help us this year.
What about a AAA burgeoning, like soon to come up to the majors bat that could maybe supply some power? Because we already have Mendoza, Manzardo, excuse me. Yeah.
So somebody like that you're saying.
But I don't know how many of those guys there are in the prospects market, but yeah,
it looks like he has a very, very good shot to make this roster with how he played in the fall. I mean, he was hitting absolute nukes.
Because we need a first baseman other than Naylor, who's probably going to be the DH at this point, or an outfielder.
That I could be okay with if it's a guy who's been in the minors, who's ready to make the impact. Yes, but I'm not taking your third best prospect.
Okay,
single A.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I mean? Like that. And please, just no more middle infield prospects. Like
no more outfielders. We have enough damn outfielders.
Yeah,
God.
Third base is locked down. That's Jose. Really,
Jimenez at second. Yeah,
it's got to be a first baseman, bullpen arms, or maybe one outfielder that you know is going to play every day if you're going to get rid of some others. But at the same time, they brought back Ramon Laureano recently on a 1-year deal, which I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Are they willing to admit they made a mistake with Miles Straw? Like, if they're willing to move off him, you're going to get a center fielder or a right fielder and put Laureano in center. Cool. Sign me up. Do it. It's intriguing, but for the sake of where this team's at, for what we saw happen this year, I have now flipped my take. I would keep Shane Bieber and go into 2024 with a healthy rotation, with him being a part of the rotation. And you know what, Mitch? If this team needs him to make the playoffs this year or next season, and we keep him and then lose him for nothing, but we make the playoffs, make a deep run, that's fine. I'm fine with that. If we stink and we don't trade him and hold on to him for no reason, that's where I could be a little upset. But I'm in favor of keeping him now, at least until you get the right package. And from what we've seen from Cleveland, there's no reason to think the Guardians would move him unless they get something that we know is going to help us in return.